Hello, today I'm recording my favorite succulent, hen and chicks. The reason it's my favorite is because you get a 2-for-1. You get your mother plant and then you get several chicks. Okay, got it from Lowe's. Hen and chicks. You're gonna pop it right out of its container because it's already overgrown. We want to put it in something that's going to give it a lot more room for growth. But as you can see, maybe a little drying out or some sunburn from when it was in the nursery. And the soil is a little damp, so I know they pretty much freshly watered it. So we're going to pluck those dried dead leaves off, clean it up a bit before we repot it into a larger pot so it has room to grow. And we are going to continue to use the mix that it has, but I like to add to the mix because I want to make sure the soil is well draining. But before I do that, I want to clean up those dead leaves. There's nothing wrong when your succulent starts to have dead leaves. It's usually just that it's, killing off some of the old ones to make room for the new ones. It's not that your succulent is necessarily dying. Now, if you see colors like yellow, not the dried out brown color, but if you see a yellow, then it's possible your succulent is dying. And it's very likely because you're overwatering it. And with hen and chicks particularly, do not like a lot of water. You can even probably stretch these to 2 weeks. Water them every 2 weeks. In very well draining soil, they do not like to sit in water for very long. You will come back to a dead succulent. That was a good one. I've made that mistake many a times while learning how they like to be treated. Take your time cleaning it up so that you don't pluck any of the healthy leaves. You only want to pluck the dead. Take your time. It's no rush. I like to use some tweezers. You can buy succulent tweezers specifically for that on Amazon, but I just use a regular pair of old tweezers that don't pluck as much as they used to. One dead leaf that's in too tight a spot. I'm at risk of plucking out a good leaf, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. Okay, now you're going to break into the soil. Yeah, this is damp. They just recently watered this one at the nursery. Take your time breaking into it. You don't want to tear the roots up. I like to just, press my fingers against it, rubbing it, breaking up the soil. And sometimes I'll even stick my tweezers in. Right at the top. Picking out the soil, trying to get to where I can see the stem. And when you do this, you'll see more dead leaves under there. And just pick them out like you did the other ones. Okay, this one is so packed so tight that I'm probably not going to be able to continue to all the way to the stem without tearing up too many roots, and it's so healthy that I don't want to do that. So we can go ahead and just start to work on our soil mix. Okay, going into this one. Another good pot to use is your clay pots. Those are really good and absorbent. So we'll start by putting a pine cone into the pot that it's going to be potted in. The reason I do that is to create a barrier with the succulent in the bottom. Next, I put stones in, not only to hold the pine cone in place, but to almost lay a foundation for the soil that's going to go on top. You can get these at dollar stores. They're like little river rocks for $1. Okay, so it should look like that. And with the leftover succulent soil, you want to add in some cactus mix. Some cactus food. So I'm using the Dynamite cactus food, or another popular one is Dr. Earth Pump and Grow. This is a really good one. I dilute this one and I use it when I do need to water the succulent. So I'm also going to put in my little glass stones, because again, I'm trying to make this a gritty mix, something that won't stick. They also recommend sand or perlite. So that's my mix. There's also some mulch in here. So you're going to do pretty much 1 part soil, 1 part succulent food, 1 part mulch, 1 part pebbles or sand or perlite. Okay. So now I'll take my hen and chicks, sit them, well actually I'm going to put in just a little bit of soil in already, just to give a little foundation. Then I'll take my hen and chicks, sit it right in the middle. It's sitting up a little higher than I wanted it to. There we go. Taking the rest of your soil, you can shovel it in with a spoon, with one of your little gardening tools, a little shovel. I just tap it in, and if some gets on my gardening table, that's fine. That's what it's for. Okay, pack it down. Now your hen and chicks have plenty of room to grow. You don't want to do a container any bigger than this one, because this is the one it originally came out of, but it was really stuffed inside, so I knew I needed to take it out for something much bigger, but not too much to where the soil is going to stay wet when I water it. And so because it is a bigger container, you also want to make sure not to overwater it. And again, what I water it with is water and a couple of pumps of Pump and Grow, Dr. Earth Pump and Grow. That way, on the rarity that I am watering it, I'm also fertilizing it. Okay? Now here are my hen and chicks ready for growing. Thank you for watching.